testing this mic for like the 10th time to see if it works. I don't see it showing up at the bottom, but hey, let's see. Guys, welcome back to another episode. Hopefully you can hear me all good. We've been playing around with this mic the last few minutes, but I am gonna give you a very quick kind of teaching lesson and something that I haven't actually really kind of put on my channel. And the reason I'm doing this is because I know there is literally so many women that suffer with this problem of scale weight. Why is it not going down? How come it went up overnight? I'm seeing everything, but it's not. I'm not getting the results in return, and your mood will drop and you'll end up being in a position where you give up and you're just relying on this number on a scale so much. So today I'm going to break down 5 of the biggest things that you need to take out a pen and paper for, and make sure you know during this transformation, especially weight loss is what I'm talking about right now, your scale weight will fluctuate up and down every single day. We get our girls, our fit coach Rossi, to weigh themselves every morning. Again, it's for fluctuations. It's to show that this is what happens. There's certain factors and you have to be okay with the number going up and down. If not, and you're so attached to it and you're upset when it goes up or down, you really need to be able to take this lesson today and like make sure going forward, next time I pull myself apart or next time I try and give up, I'm not going to do that. So let's dive straight into the whole teach aboard, and what I am going to run through is the 5 things that will change your scale weight. Again, please take a picture of this because I feel like it will help massively. You can see my lovely shiny light in the background. It's like changing colors. But the first one is your hormones and your menstrual cycle. Girls, the hormones and the menstrual cycle will always make your scale weight fluctuate up, okay? Maybe down for some crazy people, but it will always go up. Number 2 is water retention from food. You might change up your diet slightly, even if it's in your macros and calories. You may slightly see a little bit more salt on the body, which means you'll probably hold a little bit more water. Super important that you take that into consideration, okay? I'm going to break down each one of these points as well. The third one is stress and cortisol. When cortisol levels and stress is in the equation, you will see the scale weight fluctuate up. Even if you're doing everything, you'll wonder why your body isn't changing. This is a huge one that I see with ladies as well. And then number 4 is digestion and food volume. If you eat at a different time of the day, foods that aren't digesting well in your body, naturally you're going to hold a little bit more water weight the next day, or weight as well down the line if you're not able to break down the foods that are in the system. And then number 5 is muscle gain and inflammation from training. Any girls that start the program with us, they always wonder at the start, how come, like, it's week 1, Ciara, like I'm doing everything that I'm meant to be doing, and like how come I'm not really seeing changes? Your body is sore, your muscles are sore, they're holding more water and they're trying to recover, okay? Make sure you keep that in mind too. Okay, let's get into the very first one, hormones and your menstrual cycle. So your menstrual cycle affects water retention. It affects digestion. If you ever notice when you're due your period or on your period, you won't be able to go to the toilet. You may be going a little bit too much as well, and you could have diarrhea. It could be in between the two of them. Sorry, TMI, but it's just the truth. Your appetite, bloating, and inflammation as well. So during the week of your period, progesterone and estrogen shifts to cause your body to hold on to extra water. Okay, so please know you are normally meant to go up on your period, or else the week before. Okay, really important. Always one. Some women, they fluctuate up 2 pounds, 5 pounds, even 8 pounds. It depends on girls. If you're unsure about pounds, you may go up a kg, you may go up a kg and a half. It's normal as well. It is not fat gain, so write it down. When I fluctuate on my period, it is not fat gain, okay? To even gain 5 pounds of body fat as well, by the way, you need to be eating about like 17,000 calories over. I looked up the stats of that, and you have to be able to, like, that doesn't happen overnight. You're not even going to be able to eat 78,000 in a day, so it's impossible. All right, so before you blame that, your cycle will naturally hold water, especially when your hormones like the progesterone and the estrogen are kind of shifting as well. So that's why as well in the program, like, we make sure, like, maybe we'll even take someone's scale weight out. We'll make sure that you're not focusing too much on that, because again, like, your body is not a machine, you know what I mean? It does incredible things and it keeps us alive every single day, but it's hormonal, and when you can understand that, everything changes. And that's why a lot of my girls, when they start, they're like, I used to be going crazy over like scale weight and things going up and down, and now I don't even care about those things, because it's like, I know it's like it's gonna happen. And most of my girls, when they come on, they're like, here, I actually was expecting it, and I'm like, cha-ching. Number 2, water retention from your food. and sodium. Sodium is salt for anyone that doesn't know. So say for example you go out for, you've had a great week, you've had a great day, and you go out for a meal off plan with your partner, your friend, you have a takeaway and there is like salty chips, or you had like a steak and there's a lot of salt on it, or you don't know what the sauces are cooked in with a curry, whatever it is, maybe you drank some alcohol as well, your body will hold on to water just temporarily, okay? Your body will naturally hold on to that water. So for every gram of glycogen your body stores, it stores water with it, glycogen as well, making sure you know that. So like if your weight goes up after a cheat meal or after a weekend out, it does not mean that you've put on weight, by the way, because a lot of people are like, oh my god, like I put on weight, what was the point in that? I'm like, I just feel like I can't socialize because I always put on weight after. It is not weight, okay? Most of the time it is water, unless you are like thrown a full weekend, Friday to Sunday, completely off, okay? That's why obsessing over a scale weight is like the worst thing that you can do, especially giving yourself unnecessary stress after a great week and you had one meal and had a little bit more salt in it and you're holding a little bit of water the next day. Normal, okay? Let's normalize it. Let's not beat ourselves up. Let's make sure we're actually okay with that, right? Really important. Number 3, stress and cortisol. So stress is one of the most overlooked things when we look at women struggling to lose weight, and when you're looking at scale fluctuations. And when your body is stressed, think about it, right? When your body is stressed, especially as a woman, your sleep suffers, which means you're not getting enough sleep in. Next day, maybe cravings are higher, your body clock is all over the place, you want to eat everything under the sun. Naturally, you're going to probably be picking it more, you're not in the deficit, and at the end of the day, you're probably not going to lose weight. Or your sleep suffers, so your recovery is going to suffer. You're not going to be able to build the muscle that you want. You won't have that tight toned look. You'll have a little bit of water grip on the body. Your digestion slows down, and water retention increases as well when there is stress on the body and when cortisol levels are high. So cortisol, for anyone that doesn't know, is your stress hormone as well, by the way. So it can affect how your body holds fluid. So I see this all the time when women are constantly like overtraining, undereating, not fueling their body right. They're sleeping 5 hours a day, completely like just strung out on coffee because they're trying to suppress their appetite. And think about it, like the more stressed you are about your weight, the more water the body is actually going to hold. So that's why having a healthy nervous system, healthy mental health as well, again, this attachment to the scale and not being attached to it, these are huge parts of a sustainable fitness program. So like when you join us, like we want to be able to educate you with that. We want to show you how to navigate the summer months and have things off plan. But when you look at like the stress in your life, and if you're in a high stress environment every day, is there things that you could do with like yoga, meditation, breath work, a little bit more fluid throughout the day, maybe some movement, go for a walk and get a little bit of fresh air? There's so many different things that you can do that can bring your stress and your cortisol levels down. It's just you're so accustomed and tuned to waking up, first thing coffee, going there, barely any water. Again, your body is holding on to all that, so you want to make sure you really take those things into consideration. Number 4 is digestion and food volume. And with this is just like really looking at the amount of food physically inside your body. So for example, I am not an angel. I eat clean 99% of the time. It is literally part of my lifestyle. I don't think about like having crazy binges. Did it take me a long time to get there? Not really. I've always wanted to treat my body with love, respect that it deserves. I love a sweet treat here and there, especially every day. I like a little bit of chocolate, a cup of tea. I like having maybe like a square bar here and there. Like, I know you might be like, that's not a lot, but like I do enjoy my sweet treats too. But most and majority of my foods are whole foods, and I'm trying to slowly step away from processed foods. But for example, last night I haven't had a cheat meal in a long time, and I wanted something really enjoyable, and I knew it wasn't going to pay off the next day. And I never do this, by the way. This is like, by the way, if anyone was like, my cheat meal once a week is a Domino's. If you like that, great, but I know the next day I'm paying for it, so I don't like to do that to myself. But last night I did have a cheat meal, and I did have a Domino's. And with that Domino's, I was like just thinking this morning, I was like, where on earth all that food that I had last night, that's sitting inside my body, it's in my stomach, it's in my intestines, my organs are working so hard to break this down. I done that to myself, right? So if you eat later than usual, 12 o'clock at night, one day was my dinner, because of just the way kind of work went. Again, if I haven't gone to the bathroom, if I haven't had any water in the system, increased fiber, if my digestion has been slowed down by these foods or the pizza that I had. It doesn't mean that body fat is increased. Again, I jumped on the scales after a full day today and I'm down. So again, it's not that you've put on body fat. The scale weight, total body weight as well, is like, remember, there's a lot of things that are all in it here. So when you eat a little bit later, you're naturally going to have more food in the body. You're going to weigh heavier the next day, especially if you haven't gone to the toilet. All right, it's just facts. Even if you do go to the toilet, you may be holding a bit of water from that food too. But your food, your water, muscle, digestion, hormones, inflammation, and everything. This is why daily fluctuations are normal. Like, let's literally normalize that. No one cares what your number on your scale is, by the way. When was the last time someone that you met has turned around and said to you, hey, just out of curiosity, when was the last time, or what do you weigh? Because I don't know anytime anyone has ever asked me, what do I weigh? I don't give a shit. But if I am in a deficit and I am looking to lose body fat and I'm looking at those metrics, I will look at measurements, photos, and I will run through all of this at the end, and scale weight. Again, it will show coming down, body fat chipping off, okay? But one weigh-in does not define your progress, so that's why we don't do just like a weekly weigh-in. For us, that's just like not accurate enough, because you could get someone to weigh in on Sunday after a Saturday night out, but then Wednesday they're completely down, and it just messes with your head. And it's really important for women to be able to understand and know different stages and cycles of the month and the period that they're getting as well, and their hormones, and understand your body as well. And just know too, like, if you're feeling great in your clothes, if you start to see stuff come down, why are you so affected by this number on a scale? And I literally will have this video here probably till the day I die, because it's just something that comes up so much about women. They're like, the scale and the number just isn't down. I have clients that still struggle with it. We're trying to mentally work through different things like that. Another thing is muscle gain and inflammation from training. So when you look at your scale and you're after having a great week, first week on plan, maybe your body is a little bit sore, you've strength trained, you've done new exercises, you've progressively overloaded like you haven't done before, your muscle retains water during recovery, right? So when your muscle is recovering, again, like the protein, the foods, that's all a big part of it, and sleep will help recover that muscle too, but your body is holding on to the water as well. So inflammation temporarily will increase. And again, most of my girls are like, Ciara, is it normal for my weight to be going up? Should I be eating all this amount of food? It hasn't got anything to do with the food, maybe a little bit, but like, it is to do with your body recovering. And especially when I'm like, are you really sore? They're like, yeah, I'm done, I can barely walk. Like, okay. And then your body adapts to the training stress as well over time. So I'm gonna train passing by, we'll just give it a second. Okay, so when we look at, after getting super dark, sorry, we were waiting for the train to pass by. But moral of the story, your photos, your measurements, your energy, your confidence, your self-love, how you speak to yourself, your strength, your overall muscle, your body composition is more than the number on the scale. That's all I have to say. It is more than the number on the scale. And a woman can look literally dramatically leaner with more muscle on her physique in comparison to someone that is like constantly in this yo-yo diet, in hot, cold, on, off, calories low, barely eating, binging. Like, you're going to be in that restrictive cycle until you understand your body and actually treat it with the love and the respect that it deserves as well, considering all it does for us too. So my closing message for you girls is, first of all, if you resonated, please like it and give it a thumbs up. Second of all, if you need to share it with someone that's constantly worrying about their weight and getting down and starting again on a Monday, please share it across. But your weight can fluctuate a dozen times throughout the day, different clothes you wear, time you go to bed. It has nothing to do with failure and the journey that you're on. So my pointers for you for right now, and really remember these, is real progress is consistency. It's your habits, it's your mindset, your strength, your energy, your confidence, and your hormonal health as well. And my last one that I really want to highlight is mental freedom around your body image. Look at yourself, enjoy and love yourself every single day. Yes, we all have things that we can work on. Yes, we all have little areas, and I know you girls are thinking right now, I just want my lower belly fat to come off. Girls, cellulite, lower belly fat, it is going to be there, okay? Again, if you get down to a really low lean percentage of body fat, it will go, but it will come and go. Your body fluctuates all the time. And honestly, one of the biggest things that I can say for, let's wait till that passes by. skin's looking fleeky. It's gone. We're quiet again. So one of the biggest transformations that we help women at Fit Coach Rossi do isn't just physical. It's mental, it's self-love, it's confidence, it's your mindset. It's teaching you, girls that join us and come onto the program, that you are more than just a number. Stop. We don't want you to leave and be like, oh my god, I left at this amount of weight and then I came back and I was this. It means we didn't do our job right, okay? We are trying to teach you to stop letting a number control your self-worth, okay? Sustainable fitness is not built through punishment, obsession, jumping on the scales 4 or 5 times a day. It's built through education, balance, loving yourself, and especially your body as a woman. Okay, and that's hard for a lot of women at the start to understand and juggle. But if you are at a point where you need to lose body fat, you do need to like look at your health overall, and you're not just thinking about this number on a scale. Like, just know that there's other women that feel the exact same way. Any of the transformations that you see on my page, it's from that. So if this video did help, comment below with the fluctuation and that you stress over the most, and send this to maybe someone that needs to hear this, or even pop below if it was something that you want to hear with like a little bit more education and topics like this along the way. But just know that you're on the right track when you're trusting the process, when you are seeing it coming down over time gradually, when you're okay with fluctuations. That's true success. And when you don't look at it and be like, oh my god, I was away and I'm after putting on all this weight. No, you didn't. Okay, so I hope this helped. Let me know if you want to see any more of this. If you want to join the team, I am going to leave our call to action link below, and we will help you get through that phase of yo-yo diet and hot and cold, make it part of your lifestyle, and actually understanding your body and educating you too, because the goal is when you leave us, you're able to do this by yourself. Alright, thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.